What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan of One here, and today we're going to be doing a reluctant review. I'm not happy to do this review. Trust me, I'm really not happy to do this review because I didn't like the first version of this character, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like this version of this character. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studios series number 108, Rise of the Beasts, Wheeljack, otherwise known as Pablo. And I do not like this figure. I do not like this figure one bit. I really don't. In fact, this figure is quite possibly the worst one I've ever picked up and put in my hands. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not a bad-looking figure. Looking is the key word for this figure. It looks pretty close to this. By the way, why would you put the vehicle on the front here? I don't understand why you did that. Why you didn't put this image up there and have this on the side, I'm not sure. Or put this image up on the front. I don't know. And it doesn't make sense to me. It really does not make sense to me at all in the slightest why you wouldn't do that. But whatever. So, anyways, in terms of the packaging, you got the Peru scene in the background. Got all of that going on. On the back here, you got the figure. And then this is severely misrepresented by paint. These are not painted black. And there are a lot of things on this thing that are not painted that really could be. So, basically, this is what it's supposed to look like. And that might be a lie. However, I'm glad it is certified by Volkswagen. So, hooray. Now, in terms of the vehicle mode, it is a Volkswagen bus. And I only know that because my grandfather used to have one of these. And he used to work on these cars when I was a young little lad. And basically, he basically would work on any car that came through. And I remember he did have one of these that came through, but he got it running and working pretty quickly, and it disappeared pretty fast. So, anywho, this is what it looks like. And the front is where this figure shines until you get really close up. Oh, look. You can see his face, his ugly fucking little face in there. I really don't like this figure, guys. Really, I truly don't like this figure at all. On the back here, you got half of a window painted. I don't know why we have these bits here. I'm confused as to why those bits exist. And, you know, on the side here, you got TV Pablo, or Pablo. Repair of TV Pablo. I think that's how that's spelled, or that's how that goes. I'm not sure, but basically, you got that going on. I cannot get this roof section to tab in. The tabs are just refused to stay in to complete the illusion that this is an exact replica of a Volkswagen van. And even when you look underneath, it's kind of nicely brought to a minimum, I will admit. It's not a bad minimum of stuff here, but to get from here to robot is where I'm gonna have words with Hasbro. Now let's get into some scale comparisons with the team here. We'll get into that family photo here a little bit later. Here he is next to his girlfriend his girlfriend RC. There we go. Have to move the camera sometimes, guys. Here he's next to the annoying guy who dies. If you haven't seen Rise of the Beasts by now, you need to watch it. Here he's next to another cancerous figure. And finally, here he is next to the leader of them all. Here he is next to Studio Series Rise of the Beasts, Voyager Prime. Alright, now the part that I'm absolutely going to hate, because I absolutely do hate transforming this thing, period. First thing you're going to do is, well, come to this section of, well, don't come to this section, please ignore that. Come to the bottom section here, kind of just untab it from the forearms, like so. Then you're going to kind of just wiggle this whole back section down like so. And then you're going to take these panels here, once they undo themselves, going to take these and you're going to bring them down and just leave them like that. Cover it up, and you want them looking like that. Then you're going to come to this section, bring it all the way down, and then you're going to bring these panel sections up. Going to flip out the foot, fold down the heel spur, do the same thing on the other side. Bring this down like so. Fold that in, flip this out like so. And there you have that. Now comes the cancerous bit. Basically, you're going to undo the arms and swing them around like so, and bring them around down. That actually was a lot less harder than it was last time, so basically, come bring it down like so. It's a lot to do this. Oh, before I forget, you're going to rotate the legs 180, so that way that this is all facing like this. So this is the way you kind of want it. This is the way you want it looking for the most part. So then you're going to come to the bottom section here, and you're going to loosen these up a bit. But before you do that, you're going to separate the doors a little bit from this top section here, and this will just untab and come up like so. Then you're going to basically, this is where things become a difficulty. Before we forget though, let's close in these panels. This will make life a little easier. Basically, you're going to make sure these panels or these doors are all the way back. Bring this section all the way up, and then bring the shoulders up and out. There's a little lip section that's really difficult to get past. Do the same thing on the other side. There's a little lip section there. Gotta make sure, there we go. Bring it out and up, shift it up. This is actually the hardest part. Close this up, and then once we get to once we get to this part, which is the difficult part, really quickly, going to rotate this whole section inward, if I can get these two. Let's close this up first. That's what you don't want to have happen. But unfortunately, the person who designed this was a fucking moron. Because these do not move unless... I absolutely hate this figure. I absolutely hate this figure because of this transformation. The transformation, to me, doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Because you have to bring this whole section down in order for any of this to be loosened up. So, pull this piece down. Once you've figured out a way to manage to get these pieces to not snap off, because I can't. I even rotated them, and it still didn't work out that way. So, I mean, I've literally done this transformation over 10 times. I cannot figure out a way to do this transformation without these door pieces snapping off. Or at least one of them, or at least both of them. And this is why I absolutely hate this figure. Rotate the midsection around, and then tab that into place. I couldn't even get the midsection done without this piece of shit, like, not breaking. Then you're going to basically bring this section, if it hasn't broken off, rotate it up, bring it down, and then rotate these shoulder pieces down. Make sure that this back panel piece is folded completely down all the way to this end here. And then straighten it all out. And then we're going to give him his weapon. But we're going to look at his weapon before we get into scale comparisons here. Give him his weapon, which is just basically a clear plastic. And there you have Studio Series garbage. Yeah, I'm calling it garbage. It's absolute garbage. They seriously did not do a thing to make this easy for people. Like, I literally watched Mgo do it. I tried the way that he did. I tried to rotate these as best I could. I still could not get these to move out of the way. My figure might just be a factory error, and there might be a problem with the swivel pieces. I do not know. I don't really care. This thing is never getting transformed back into vehicle mode ever again for any reason whatsoever. So that being said, let's get into looking at the weapon, which is a nice clear plastic looking weapon, which to me, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one they gave Siege Prowl or something similar to it, or Ironhide, Siege Ironhide, excuse me, or not Siege Ironhide, Studio Series 86 Ironhide, my bad. This does not feel like Wheeljack weapon or anything remotely related to this guy or what this character is supposed to resemble. And also, one last thing I want to get into here with this figure. Where did your paint... Good lord. Where did your paint design go to, Hasbro? Seriously? Like, the whole thing is just gray plastic. You did nothing to this thing. You added a splotch of white paint here, some silver, and I will admit that's a nice little touch that you gave the little headlight pieces here that are the hinge pins for the shoulders, which are terrible. Let me be very clear on that one. And little bits of silver here and there. Oh, and some red for the doors. What the heck, man? And the only thing that's, like, slightly good in paint is the face. Like, you got the silver splotched for the face, and you got the blue head, the blue face. Like, you get the blue eyes. You got the bright blue eyes. But that's it. That's it. I am not the biggest fan of this character. I really am not. The only reason I bought it was because it's the only one that they had at a Target, and this is probably the only time I'm ever going to see this thing again. And if I don't get this now, my set's never going to be complete. So, that being said, let's do our family photo. So, we have Wheeljack going on here. Let's get these lights out. Let's zoom all of this out here. Get Prime going on here. Mirage right there. Let me just make sure his feet can support him. Sorry, the light's just not having it with me today, apparently. And the final, here we have RC. And there you have the Rise of the Beasts Autobots. We're still missing one. Actually, we're still missing a couple of Transformers still. We're still missing one big one. And if we do manage to get him, I really would like for it to be Commander class, please. I don't want a Titan. If we do get a Titan, I won't complain. But if we get a Commander class Studio Series Stratosphere from Rise of the Beasts, that would be very much appreciated. So that way we can have a nice big fat ass family photo of the Rise of the Beasts Autobots, and then we can call it a day. And then after that, we've got one last Maximal that they're going to be releasing, and they have one last Predacon, or not Predacon, well, it is a Predacon, but it's a Terracon Predacon. We're getting we're getting a repaint of Scorponok as well. So, anywho, this is Thomas Fenna1 saying, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Don't forget to check out Planet Toys, a world built by collectors, where if you go check out the link that I have in the description down below, you can get yourself a 10% discount by just signing up and joining their exclusive website where you can get news, and there is a forum where you can chat with us directly, or with them directly as well. And you can chat with me if you really want to. But you can chat with Planet Toys, and they will get you all signed up and ready to go. And you can talk about your Transformers that you want to see and what products you would like to see on their store. So I will leave a link to that down in the description below. And if you do sign up with them, you like I said, you do get that 10% discount. So there is some pretty cool stuff that if there is some new stuff that does come, you can get notified of it and use your 10% off on those products. So, anywho, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, don't forget to subscribe to Optination Reviews, Beastman Reviews, Riveted Reviews, Jordy's Rail Videos, Patrick with the Y, iStar552, Bravely GG, and Take Along Productions. I know they all do some amazing work and have some amazing work in the pipelines, and have some amazing reviews coming up. Like, I definitely know Optination Reviews has some cool figures coming his way. I definitely know he got himself a Cosmos, finally, a Legacy Cosmos. So, anywho, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, don't forget to keep playing with your toys. Don't forget it. Goodbye.